Hi everybody, it's Sherryelle, and I want to say thank you so much to all my new subscribers and to all my subscribers who have been with me for a long time now, actually for about a year. And I have the most amazing viewers who are so smart and so intelligent that they ask the most amazing questions. And this one is no exception. This is by one of my viewers by the name of Melissa. And Melissa, thank you so much for this question because I believe it's going to help a lot of people. So let's get started. It says, hi Sherry. People call me Sherryelle. So I am a subscriber to your channel. I wanted to get your input on what do you find that's a great spot treatment for cystic pimples. Then it goes on, I sporadically get them and they can be very painful. It feels like a painful nodule underneath my skin. I've read that placing warm compresses the minute you feel them will help cutting the cyst's lifespan in half. I also remember seeing one of my videos that you uploaded to how you treat blemishes. I can recall you using retinol amongst a couple of other things. Can retinol alleviate cystic pimples? Any input would be greatly appreciated. Thanks, Melissa. Melissa, thank you so much for that amazing question. So let's get started, and I'm going to show you some different methods and ways that you can fix your cystic pimples and some of the things that I do personally. Now, I am a licensed professional, okay? I hold 2 licenses and lots of certifications. So what I'm about to show you that I personally do myself, I'm not recommending to you, but I'm showing you if you're going to be doing something to do it a sterile, safe way. So let's get started. Okay, let's talk about our first spot treatment. Let's talk about sulfuric acid. The wonderful thing about sulfuric acid is it's been around since ancient times. The Romans used to soak in sulfuric acid to get rid of different types of skin disorders. It's even biblical. It's in the Bible. So let's talk about that. A lot of physicians refer to sulfur a lot more than they refer to anything else, because the beautiful thing about sulfur is it doesn't over dry the skin. It can exfoliate and shed without over drying it like some of your spot treatments do. And the beautiful thing is you can get it really inexpensively. I know that Murad has a 3% in theirs. Okay, and then De La Cruz, which I don't have any, but I'm going to leave the links down below. You can get a great big thing of it for like $7, $8, $10, and it's 10%. It's a lot higher percentage than even this, and it's a lot cheaper. And there is rave reviews about this particular product for spot treating, which is absolutely excellent. So De La Cruz and Murad's 3% sulfuric acid, absolutely phenomenal for spot treating. So let's go on to our next one. Let's talk about salicylic acid. Now, what does salicylic acid do? Well, salicylic acid basically unclogs your pores, okay? And salicylic acid is used for so many things, okay? And the beautiful combination between salicylic acid and benzoyl peroxide together really work as a great combo. That's why you see it in a lot of different types of acne treatments, okay? But guys, you have to be careful using benzoyl peroxide and salicylic acid because it can over dry your skin, and then your skin is going to overcompensate with a lot more oil, and it's just going to make it worse. So you gotta do it with precaution. Guys, we're talking about cystic pimples today. We're not talking about cystic acne because that's a whole other ball game when you're talking about that. So let's talk about what benzoyl peroxide does. Benzoyl peroxide kills bacteria, okay? And then the salicylic acid basically sheds the skin. So the combo together is really wonderful for spot treating, and another great product for that would be the Clear Skin Professionals by Avon. This product comes with 3 products. It comes with the pads too. This is excellent. It's a 0.50 of salicylic acid in this. This was voted #1 in Prevention magazine for an acne cleansing system. My patients absolutely love this stuff, okay? Even my patients who can afford expensive acne products from the doctor, they love this. $29.95, I think, for the whole 3-part system in Avon, and it's really awesome. And the great thing is you can use this for spot treating as well. So That's wonderful. Wonderful system right there. Okay, let's talk about azelaic acid. Azelaic acid is another one that is used for spot treating. It's not as popular as the three I just discussed, but azelaic acid normalizes the skin. That's why it's nice when you get products that have a little bit of combo of this stuff in it. Azelaic acid is used by a lot of women who have more mature skin, who, you know, it's in chemical peels, it's in everything. So that's another wonderful spot treatment. Also, glycolic acid. Glycolic acid is wonderful. It renews the skin. And I know a lot of people who do chemical peels using glycolic acid, azelaic acid, salicylic acid. So those are wonderful spot treatments as well. Also, if you want to talk about different types of machines to use for spot treatments, one machine that I absolutely can't live without is right here. And this is my high frequency. The beautiful thing about this baby is that it stimulates circulation. It also dries out the area, the P. acnes, and it gets in there and it'll either draw it up to the surface or it will actually kill it inside to where it doesn't come to the surface. So I absolutely cannot live without this. I use it after waxing. I use it after shaving. If I have to shave my face for a laser treatment, I will use this afterwards so I don't have any breakouts because it does kill bacteria. This is one of the most amazing things that anybody who has acne or needs spot treating, everybody should own one of these. This is what helps keep my face and my neck so tight at my age. I'm in my 40s, guys, and look how tight my neck and my face are. They're very tight. This is one of the tools on top of my Face Master Platinum. Now, both the Face Master Platinum, this beauty, and this beauty right here, these both will heal wounds. Now, when you have a cystic pimple and you've opened it up, and you've got your fluids coming out, these are the things that are going to help heal it, dry it up, and close it. So, anyways, those are great things for spot treating too. What I'm going to show you here in just a minute is I'm going to show you how I got rid of my cystic pimple that I got from the beautiful stage makeup that I was wearing for about 2 weeks that broke out my face. And I'm going to show you what I did because it was actually very embarrassing for someone like me who specializes in this stuff. Yes, I am not exempt from getting those wonderful cystic pimples myself. So, I'm going to show you how I got rid of my cystic pimples. So, stay tuned. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to steam my face. Now, whether I'm using a home steamer like Secura or if I'm using a warm compress, which you take a wash rag and you heat it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, okay? One of the questions that Melissa asked is, placing a warm compress, will it help curb the lifespan? No. What happens is that when you put a warm compress, let's say on a boil or a cystic pimple, or you put steam on it, what happens is it draws it to the surface. It makes it come to the surface faster, and it helps to get it there so that you can get rid of it faster. So that would be the first thing I would do, is I would steam my face, or I would steam that area where the cystic pimple is to draw it to the surface. Okay, I'm steaming right now my face, okay, and I'm using a sterile needle, which I cleaned in alcohol, and I burnt the tip and cleaned in alcohol again. This is a brand new needle, okay? Now, like I said, this is what I do personally, okay, because I am not going to take and push on the pimple and implode it under the skin. Now, if you must, you can use a tool like this, okay? All right, this is like an extracting tool. So basically what you would do when you do this is go ahead, and in my other videos you can see how I do it. You're basically just pulling around the area, okay? Bringing the fluids in and around that area. So basically what I do is steam my face so you can draw all that stuff to the area, the fluids inside. And then I'm going to take my needle, okay, and I'm going to go ahead and, let me go ahead and bring you forward a little bit here. What I'm going to do is, this is where I recently had a spot. You can't see it now. But what I would do with a cystic pimple is I would go right in the middle with my needle and I would just prick it very nicely. Okay, prick it in. All right. And I would sit, and what I would do very, very gently, don't do a bunch of hard pressing, guys. What I would do very gently is I would just push around the area and just let it drain. Okay, if you've got steam on it, it's going to just keep draining and draining, and you want it to keep draining. You don't want it to stop. Now, I highly recommend that if you're going to be trying to get rid of a cystic pimple, do it the night before you have to go to work. Okay, do it at a time where you've got a large span where you can let that cystic pimple drain. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and let it drain, let it drain. It's going to keep draining, and that's what you want. Let it keep draining, keep getting it out of there, keep draining it. And then what you're going to do after it's done draining and doing everything that it's done, you definitely don't want to put any acids or anything on there yet. Okay, when you start putting a spot treatment on, you're going to put that spot treatment on before you do all of this. Okay, the spot treatment actually you want to put on definitely during the day and not at night while you're trying to drain this. You want to just keep it off of there. Okay, get rid of that nodule, get it all cleaned out. Okay, now the next morning you're probably going to have a scab over. It's probably been draining, and when you take a shower it's going to start draining again. Okay, the next step, I'm going to show you how to take care of that before you go to work and how to stop it from draining so that you can go to work and have a good day without a bunch of drainage all over your face. Okay, let's talk about what we're going to do after we've opened that thing up. The next morning we've gotten in the shower and it's open again and it's draining everywhere again. Yeah, okay, this is where my airbrush machine comes in handy. Now guys, when I have open lesions on my face, if you're having breakouts or cystic acne, or if you have a cystic pimple, okay, you're not going to want to take your foundation brush and spread bacteria all over your face. Not to mention spreading bacteria all over your face, you're causing more oil production again. So you're just spreading nasty, nasty bacteria all over your face. Your hands, okay, if you have full-on cystic acne or you have a blemish and you have drainage, you're not going to take your hands and spread bacteria and foundation all over your face with your hands either. Okay, guys, that's gross. That is just plain out gross. What you want to do is you want to keep your hands off your face. You want to keep your brushes off your face, okay? This is the most sterile way of dealing with acne. People who have acne, keep your hands off your face. That's all I've got to say. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that Dinair has been known for their water-based makeup to help heal blemishes. I've heard it over and over again. Actually, this is one of the things that really helped me to heal up that cystic acne. It only took me cystic pimple, I'm sorry. So let's talk about this. I'll tell you what I do. Because if you have a little bit of like a hole in your face, or if you have any crusting, no foundation is going to cover that up and no concealer is going to cover that up. It's going to look really bad. That's why airbrushing is really excellent. So what I do is I take the Soft and Dewy, okay, because it's silicone based. Let me find it. Here it is. It's silicone based. The beautiful thing about this is that if you have any drainage going on, what I do is I take my high frequency and I close up that area because it dries it up and closes it like automatically. That's what I love about my high frequency. Then I take this bad boy. This is silicone based, and I take the silicone and I go around it because certain silicones bind on the skin and close it and sit on top of the skin to protect it from other things. That's the beautiful thing about some silicones. There are silicones that are water soluble, they're non-soluble and soluble, okay? So that's the beautiful thing about this. This will help close that up and keep it closed and stop the drainage from happening. And then what you want to do is you want to take your water-based airbrush foundation and you want to go over that area and do your whole face with airbrushing. I guarantee that if you invest in a airbrush system for makeup for your face, you're going to have a lot less breakouts and a lot less problems, and it's going to actually help to heal some of your issues, which is really amazing. So that's basically what I do to take care of my cystic pimples. I do use machines, I do use things. My actual favorite spot treatment is retinol. I use Retin-A, okay? Now, Retin-A you can get from your plastic surgeon, dermatologist. If you get on the Mexican drug pipeline or the Canadian pipeline for drugs, you can get them for like 20 bucks over the counter, okay? So if you have connections in Canada or Mexico, you can actually get this stuff over the counter for 20, 25 bucks. And it comes in different percentages. I personally have the 0.5%. Yeah, the 0.05%. I love Retin-A for spot treating, but I know it can be very expensive for some people. But to be honest, the best acne treatment, or the best spot treatments out there is definitely sulfuric acid, and salicylic acid is absolutely phenomenal, depending on what percentages you find it in, because there's different grades and different percentages in products, depending. There's consumer grade, there's aesthetic grade, and then there's medical grade. So there's definitely different grades, and different percentages can go in those different grades. So if you have any questions about anything I've discussed in this video, please feel free to write, subscribe, comment, and I'll be sure to answer your questions. I want to say thank you to Melissa for your wonderful questions, and I hope I answered some of your questions. But if I didn't, just go ahead and write me back, and I'll definitely answer them. So thank you, and have a wonderful evening. See you guys. Bye.